update. The other big story tonight, the coronavirus checkpoints going up in the city. By tomorrow, Mayor de Blasio says the sheriff's department will be monitoring bridges and tunnels looking for people who should be quarantined. People traveling from 34 states and Puerto Rico are supposed to quarantine when they arrive in New York. Airports have been checking passengers for weeks, but now checkpoints will expand to the roads and rails. News 4's Melissa Russo live at the Holland Tunnel. A lot of people wondering how this is going to work, Melissa.
They are, David, and actually the first inbound checkpoint is scheduled to be set up beginning tonight on the Goethals Bridge, the Staten Island side, of course. And Mayor de Blasio's office has been stressing throughout the afternoon that the point of all of this is really to be more educational than punitive. Some motorists on the move into the state are already aware they're on New York's quarantine list.
I'm just passing through, and I knew about them, and I followed every restriction we were supposed to have.
We've got 35 states now that have dangerously high infection rates.
Mayor Bill de Blasio today announcing new checkpoints on the Goethals and Bayonne bridges, the Outer Bridge Crossing, and Holland and Lincoln tunnels to help enforce Governor Andrew Cuomo's 14-day quarantine. Travelers
coming in from those states will be given information about the quarantine. They will be reminded that it is required, not optional. They'll be reminded that failure to quarantine is a violation of state law, and it comes with serious penalties.
The mayor today announced the new enforcement will be handled by the sheriff.
We need to ensure visitors and New Yorkers returning home are taking the necessary precautions to limit the spread of this disease.
And while an out-of-state license plate might be an easy way to pinpoint travelers from the 35 states on the list, the sheriff says in order for the stops not to be discriminatory, they have to be random, perhaps every 6th car one day, every 8th car another day.
That's not a bad idea.
It doesn't matter what you think. It's going to still slow up traffic.
The top Republican in the New York State Senate responded, in a city where crime is running rampant, residents would be best served if law enforcement resources fought violent crimes on the streets instead of fining people for driving in cars. Mayor de Blasio insists that's not what this is about. He says the point is to educate people about New York's rules. Back in March, when New York's COVID rate was soaring, Governor Cuomo threatened to sue the state of Rhode Island for singling out cars with Empire State license plates and ordering those people to be quarantined, but not other out-of-towners.
If they don't roll back that policy, I'm going to sue Rhode Island because that clearly is unconstitutional.
That was then, and interestingly, just yesterday, New York State added Rhode Island to its list of must-quarantine states. Governor Andrew Cuomo's office, however, has not yet gotten back to us to tell us how the governor feels about Mayor de Blasio's additional new checkpoints. We're live at the Holland Tunnel. Melissa Russo, News 4, New York.